So what if we could KO any Pokemon just by simply keeping it in the active spot? And that is exactly what this Grapploct Spidops deck aims to do. Alright boys and girls, so here is the deck list, and I will also have it posted in the description of the video if you want to run and test this deck out for yourself. For our main attacker of the deck, we have Grapploct with that Slow-Acting Syncope attack. For 1 basic fighting energy, at the end of your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon will be knocked out, and it does 30 damage just as a little cherry on top. And as a backup attacker, we have Spidops EX with that Wire Hang attack. For 1 grass and 1 colorless, it does 90 damage, and this attack does 30 more damage for each energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. But our biggest support Pokemon is also Spidops. With that Trap Territory ability, your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 energy more. This is what's really going to help us keep those heavy hitting Pokemon in the active spot to 1-hit KO them. We run 1 copy of Budew in case we need to stall our opponent with that Itchy Pollen attack, and we are running 1 copy of Psyduck to help us deal with those annoying Dusclops and Dusknors. And we cannot forget about our most important tool, the Gravity Gemstone. As long as the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot, the retreat cost of both active Pokemon is 1 energy more. This is what's going to help us along with an army of Spidops in the bench. Attach this to the Grapploct and watch as you 1-hit KO anything trapped in the active spot. Alright, now before we get into showing off this deck, hi, my name is Cisco and I make fun decks, not good decks. So if that's your cup of tea, then please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel, as it really helps us out on our road to 500 subscribers. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into some games. Alright, so it looks like we will be going second, which this deck honestly wants to go first. Alright, let's see our opening hand. Ooh, we start Fez. Not the best start, but it'll have to do. Let's go ahead and do that. Luckily, we start second, so we can play that Lily's Determination to hopefully get us a better starting hand. Alright, let's see what our opponent is going to do. They just open up that Oddish, attaching an air balloon and an energy, and they pass. Alright. We get an Ultra Ball, which we could, do I want to play the Ultra Ball now? This is maybe, we'll play Ultra Ball. Get rid of, actually, I think that's our only rod that we run in this deck. So we might get rid of Town Store, and we do run 3 Gravity Gemstones. So I think it's okay to get rid of 1 just to guarantee, thin out the deck a little bit and guarantee our attacker. So let's go ahead and put that Clobbopus down. We can attach an energy to it, and then we can go ahead and Lilies. Alright, that gets us an air balloon. And another, alright, that was a good Lily. Let's go ahead and get 2 Tarountulas down. We do already have the Spidops. Let's see, we can put the air balloon on Fez. Let's go ahead and Buddy PAF for another Tarountula. Yeah, 3 is probably ideal. Then we retreat and we go into the Clobbopus and go for that feint attack for 20 damage. There's the Buddy PAF on my opponent's side, getting 2 Oddish on the bench. There's an Arven on my opponent. Let's see what they're going to get with this Arven. Pokepad and Turbo Energize. That gets them Tangela, so more they can easily find their Erica's Pokemon with that Tangela. This is actually our first time going up against an Erica's deck. Oh, they're just going to get another Tangela. Interesting. Well, they can't use the Turbo Energize unless they retreat. Alright, that gets them a Gloom. They're going to evolve into Gloom. They are. Fortunately, they don't seem to have attached energy. Maybe, okay, so they won't be able to get the attack off right away. So we have an Iono, so I think we're going to have to play Iono. Let's go ahead and evolve into our first Spidops. Hopefully we can get a Grapploct from this. Ooh, no. But we do get the Crushing Hammer. So we'll go ahead and attach to our other Clobbopus. And we will go ahead and Crushing Hammer. Hopefully we get heads. Yes, we do get heads. So that is 1 energy less. So now our opponent has to attach 2 more energy in order to get off an attack. Let's go ahead and go for that feint attack. Maybe not ideal. Maybe I should have gotten a Budew, but our opponent gets Force of Vitality here. And that gets them another Gloom. They have the Vileplume ready. So they attach an energy. They're going to use Tango's ability to get a Vileplume. They evolve into said Vileplume. Now, the only thing that we're kind of concerned with is if they get a Bayleaf here, then they can start attacking with just another energy attachment. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and heal off their Gloom, which the healing doesn't matter too much to us because we're looking to one-hit KO everything. And we get another energy, which is not ideal, but let's go ahead and attach it to our Spidops. Maybe we can go again for that Crushing Hammer. If we get another Heads, that'd be great. But we do get a Tails, so that's not ideal. But let's go ahead. And we only run 2 Crushing Hammers, so that was our last Crushing Hammer. I might consider running more, but for now, that is our only one. We only run 2 copies, sorry. We did get a Heads on the first, but not the second. So they're going to go ahead and attach. And they still won't be able to get the attack off just yet. But we need to get out our Clobbopus if we want to be able to attack. Ooh, not what we were looking for, unfortunately. So if they get the 3rd energy attachment here, we're kind of not in a great situation. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for that feint. We don't have anything that we can really play from our hand right now, so we're kind of stuck. It already has 2 energy retreat cost, so we're just hoping that they whiff the energy, and I think they might have, because they would have already attached if they had energy in hand. So that tells me that my opponent is, oh no, there it is. They were just taking their time with it, but it looks like we're gonna lose our very first Clobbopus here. But at least that lets us flip the script, and we can hopefully get into our Clobbopus here. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Let's bench another. Let's put the let's put the Gravity Gemstone here, and let's flip the script. Okay, so we can attach to Spidops. I don't know if I should stall and bring out that Vileplume that has no energy, but I kind of also want to take out this Vileplume with the energy. So I think we attach this to our only Spidops. And I think we're going to have to Lily and hope and pray that we get Clobbopus, because if we don't get Clobbopus here, then we're gonna fall behind. Oh my lord, we did not get Clobbopus. Okay, all right, so I guess we're gonna have to go into the stall tactic. So let's go ahead and play that and bring out this Erika's Vileplume, and yeah, we're just gonna have to feint here. This is unfortunate because I wanted to take out that Vileplume with all the energy on this turn, but it looks like we're not gonna get to do that. But at least we're gonna be stalling just a little bit longer. Super unfortunate that we didn't get the Clobbopus there, so we're just kind of playing from behind right now. But it's okay. All right, let's see what my opponent. They just whiffed the Buddy Poffin, I think. So they went ahead. Okay, I think Iono is the best thing we can do here. I would like to get a Calamitous Wasteland as well. But I think we're gonna go ahead and attach to one of these Tarountulas. And I think Iono is our best option here because this hand is really not great. We only have the one Clobbopus and the one energy, so playing Super Rod might not even be worth it just yet. Yeah, let's go ahead and Iono then. Hopefully this gets us a Clobbopus. There it is, the Grapploct. That's actually what we were looking for. Yeah, Grapploct. Clobbopus is the one that we have in the active right now. And we'd also get the energy, so that's pretty good. We can Ultra Ball for another Spidops, I think. Yeah, I think we Ultra Ball for another... Okay, that's Super Rod. So we do run 2 Super Rod, because we did put one in the bottom, and we have one in hand. I think we get rid of it now, since we do. I think we do run the other one. Do we get rid of the Arven, or I think we want to have Arven to play another supporter in case next turn. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get out another Spidops, or do we get out another another Grapploct? Decisions. I think we go into the Spidops, because if we are able to knock this one out, then we can just go into this one, and we should be able to hit them pretty hard. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for that Slow-Acting Syncope. And our opponent is basically they're kind of stuck here unless they have a switch or a jet energy, which it's not a great time to be playing this deck because of how much jet and Turo and that kind of energy, jet energy is going around. So or Latias, all that stuff is really bad for our deck. So we're just kind of relying on them hopefully not having any of that, and then we can get into attacking. But it looks like they're gonna go ahead and get a grass energy here. If they already have another one in hand, then they can go ahead and but they're gonna attach one to Monkey, which, like I said, them moving around damage like that doesn't affect us in any way possible. They can go ahead and heal all they want. It's not gonna do anything because they're gonna be KO'd next turn. Alright, they go ahead and bump our Stadium. They go ahead and do that as well. Heal again, Pokepad. What's gonna, it's probably gonna get them a Gloom, another Monkey Dory. Okay, that is fine, I'm okay with that. And that is a knockout on that Erica's Vileplume. All right, so that's pretty good. Hopefully, let's see if we get something good off the prizes here. All right, another Fighting Energy, and we get a Buddy Poffin, which we don't really need the Poffin, but we shall see. There's an okay, so maybe I run more than. I have to run more than. I guess I run 3 Super Rods. I don't really remember off the top of my head right now. But let's go ahead and attach to the Clobbopus, and do we? We can Arven here for, let's get out that Gravity Gemstone, and perhaps, let's see, Inspect Board. We can get rid of that Tool Scrappers. We can use that Tool Scrapper to get rid of that Air Balloon on the Vileplume. We can get rid of our Air Balloon on our Spidops and put it a Gravity Gemstone and do more damage that way, but I'm not so sure. I think for now we just do it on the Vileplume so they can't retreat. Let's see. I mean, they can still retreat, but they got 1, 2, 3 additional energy, and that Air Balloon really helps help trap them in there longer. So if we do this, hopefully that takes out their only attacker, because they're going to be able to attack here and get rid of my Grapploct, but they are basically done next turn. Alright, let's see what we get here. And if they do knock it out, I think now is would be a good chance to use our Super Rod to bring back our Grapploct and our Clobbopus and some energy. So they go ahead and attach that to my Monkey Dory. Go ahead and attach to Gloom, to the Oddish, to the benched Oddish, Lily. Alright, they're probably hoping that the Lily gets them out of this. Alright, so there goes my poor little Grapploct. But he is going to be back with a vengeance. Do we want to go into Clobbopus, or do we go into the Spidops. I think we go into Spidops. Yeah, going into Spidops here is fine. Ooh, that was a weird animation. Why did it do that? Why did it do the leaf animation? So weird. But alright, it's okay. We one hit KO that Vileplume. And our opponent just concedes. There is the concede. What an obnoxious deck. Alright, so we got to pick the coin flip and we are going first since we won the coin toss. Alright, looks like we are going to mulligan this hand and our opponent does too, so that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and get into... Ooh, so we're going to get some sort of Terra type deck, so that's pretty good actually. Let's see what we got here. If it's a Terra type, then more than likely they're running a lot of basics. If they're running like a Terrapago style type of Terra deck, it might get kind of weird if it's like the Terrazard or if it's the Evolution, like a EV box kind of thing. So we don't know what we're up against just quite yet, but we shall find out. So they're gonna start with a Teal Mask Ogerpon. All right, so we're gonna attach and unfortunately pass. That is all we can do right now. All right, they're gonna Earthen Vessel, get themselves probably some grass energy, getting rid of a Glass Trumpet, so they can go ahead and Teal Dance and attach for turn. They got another Ogerpon down. Okay, Nest Ball. Another Ogerpon, so they're running heavy on the Ogerpon. But it looks to be a grass style deck. Another Earthen Vessel, gonna get them some more. Oh, it's Raging Bolt. Okay, we can beat Raging Bolt. We just need to play our cards right. Teal Dance. We want to save our Crushing Hammers for the Raging Bolt. Whoops, my alarm was going off. Alright, so they got the Raging Bolt down. That's fine. We're gonna Fan Call for that Hoot Hoot and those Noctowls, I'm sure. Alright. So pretty like great start for my opponent. Like that was absolutely diabolical what they just did there. Unfortunately, I don't want to play the Crushing Hammer because the Teal Mask Ogerpon just gets the energy back. It really doesn't do much. What we really want is to prevent the Raging Bolt from attacking, and since Raging Bolt doesn't have anything right now, I think we're just gonna go ahead and Lilies here. Alright, we get another Clobbopus here. It looks like basically virtually the same hand. It looks like exactly the same hand that we got, which is awful. Yeah, not good. This is awful. Yeah, dude, trust me, I'm the same as you. I'm just like, what's going on? But let's see what we can do here. This is not good. I wish we'd have gotten a Buddy Poffin or something, or at least something like that, so we can play some Tarountulas here. But if they just go ahead and Teal Dance, they can just knock out my poor little Clobbopus. They got a Noctowl. What are you getting? Did they not do it? They didn't go for it, interestingly enough. Okay, what are you bringing up? Okay, that was odd on my opponent's behalf because now they can't retreat. Well, okay, sure, we'll take it. Just gonna have to Lily again because this hand is dead. All right, let's see what we got. So we do get the Grapploct. Yeah, Budew. Oh my, this hand is something. Yeah, no, we're breaking hard. But this should hopefully get rid of this Ogerpon. I don't think... I mean, they can still attach for turn, and then they can go into... if they have energy, that's the thing, though. Because they just... they evolved into Noctowl, and then... I don't know if they picked No by mistake. It doesn't matter. They get the energy attachment here, and they get the Teal Dance, and that's a knockout on my Grapploct. But at least we're taking them out with us. Wait, they attached there, and then they Teal Dance here. So then they're going into the retreat. All right, and then they're gonna knock out. Okay. Yeah, so they prevent that our syndrome, our attack from popping off here. All right, we get another one though. All right, so here is the thing. We can boss up maybe Raging Bolt. Because if we do the attack here, yeah, I think that's like our only option here is to do this. Because they already used their Prime Catcher, so we can get rid of Raging Bolt. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Maybe I should have gone for a Counter Catcher play there instead. Okay, so that gets rid of at least Raging Bolt for now. We need to hopefully get something good off these prizes. Iono, okay. Not exactly what we're looking for either. Yeah, I don't know what we can do here because they can just retreat this Teal Mask Ogerpon. We need a Gravity Gemstone, and we need the we would need Gravity Gemstone, and we would need that Stadium. That's what we need. Can we get both? We cannot get both. Yeah, they're just gonna... So they can attack here with the Ogerpon if they want to. The only thing is that if they do, they're gonna lose it. But they can just go ahead and retreat into the other one. They're going to Crispin here. Do they get the Grass Energy? Like I said, they can KO here. Probably gonna get out Raging Bolt again. Okay, and another Ogerpon. So they're just going this just pure Ogerpon. Alright, they can just go that, retreat into the other one. Why would they put Squawk down? I'm not sure. Man, like, you're confused what I'm doing. I'm confused by what you're doing, brother. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Okay, we get Arven. Arven gets us a Gravity Gemstone. Do we get Crushing Hammer? What else can we get? We get an Ultra Ball, but we don't have anything to get rid of in our hand, so it feels like it would be for nothing. I don't know. I guess... Yeah, I guess we just go into the Crushing Hammer. Alright, so now they cannot retreat this at all. Do we Crushing Hammer? If we get heads, do we take away from this? I think that's what we do. But, I mean, come on. I have no idea what's going on, man. Do we get from this one? Because, let's see. Right now they got 1, 2 additional. So they would have to put 2 energies on this Teal Mask Ogerpon to retreat it. I think we do that. Because that way they cannot retreat this one at all unless they get like a switch or something. And then by our next turn we can maybe knock out another Ogerpon? Question mark? I don't know. We're gonna boss, which is fine. What are you bossing up? My Budew. My 0 retreat lock Budew. I mean, that's not gonna stop the effect from happening, man. Okay. So I'm not sure if my opponent is confused by the way that I'm playing, but I'm confused by the way they're playing. Alright, we got a Lilies. Okay. We can... What's more important? To get the stadium down. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3 energy costs that it would take to retreat the Ogerpon. Yeah, I think we do this. I might be wrong. But we do this. We get the Wasteland and... I guess we get a Grass energy. Yeah, we do this. We attach to Spidops, play the Wasteland, and then we do this. So they have to retreat if they want to win. If they want to stay in the game, they have to retreat. So they would have to get rid of 3 energy in order to retreat here. Okay, so we just win. Alright, that is going to be GG's to my opponent. So let's go ahead and promote Budew. And from the graveyard, my Grapploct attacks. Goodbye, Ogerpon. GG's to our opponent. I was confused by the way they were playing, and they were confused by the way I was playing, but we managed to pull that one out of the bag. And that is the power of the Grapploct and Spidops deck. Alright guys, so that is the power of the Grapploct and Spidops deck. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out a lot. And remember, at 1,000 subscribers, we're still doing a giveaway for this Mega Evolutions Pokemon Center exclusive ETB to 1 lucky subscriber. So if you want to get on that, be sure to subscribe. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me, but I'll catch you guys all on the next one. See ya.